I'm Prarthin of 2016 animation batch who just gave their graduation jury. And in my graduation project, I made an animation film of about 2.5 minutes called Lost in the Forest. So, the basic plot of my film was that it's about a journey of a boy who gets lost in the forest and how he takes this chance of getting lost and enjoys the nature. So, in the film, I have tried to convey a feeling that we get when we see something very beautiful. In Japan, there is a term for it called yugen, when it's a feeling that we get that makes us feel alive. And this boy who enjoys nature so much sees a pond in that film, and there are other animals and other creatures around him. So he just feels so full of life that he forgets about everything that he is lost and all. So that's the most interesting thing I think it is about my film.
Hello, this is Umang, one of the graduating students from GLS Institute of Design. I am part of animation department. For me, being an animator, one of the key reason to be an animator for me was to make cartoon series which will be there on television. So for my graduation project, I thought let's do that thing. So my graduation project is a pitch for television cartoon series, and I did pretty much for that. And later on, I am going to pitch to some cartoon channels like Cartoon Network or something like that. So my series is about grandpa doing adventures with grandkids, like they are finding treasures or like some of them are solving mysteries or something like that. Now for my inspiration, one of my grumpy grandfather, it came into my mind because I used to always think that what if he's going to do some adventure, what he's going to do, or something like that. As he's a rich person, so I thought like he might have found some treasure or something like that, as I never seen him working somewhere. So for me, doing backgrounds and character design are most fun part in the whole process. So my basic idea came for grandpa from a lot of good characters like Scrooge or someone. Scrooge, Uncle Stan, and all of those characters. Like so that I made a character who is a bully grandpa and one of the character who is the protagonist grandpa. And I made some of the backgrounds which are one of my favorite illustrations of for me. So that's pretty much of it, and I hope that my cartoons get selected and I like people do see my cartoon then Chota Bheem.
Hi everyone, I'm Nirali Vajrajani and I'm an animation student from GLS Institute of Design, batch 2016 to 20. And I'm here to share my experience with you all about my graduation project and how I worked about it and thought about it. So, my graduation project is based on real life incidents which I happened to witness personally when I was 4 years old. So this is about Godhra riots, which occurred in 2002 in Gujarat. And the film concentrates not on the riots, but on my friendship with a dear friend of mine, Nafisa, who I lost in the riot. So this is what my story is about: my friendship with a girl and our situation in the riot. And I was lucky to have been working with the studio from Mumbai, which is Arthat Studios. And Arthat Studios is basically a multidisciplinary studio, design based studio, which deals with illustrations, installations, and animation. So I had done my summer internship with Arthat Studios, and then I was lucky to get my film sponsored by the same studio, which is Arthat Studio, and we worked as a team on this movie. on my graduation project, and we as a team we used the ancient form of storytelling, which is shadow puppetry, and this sensitive issue, and we mixed it together to form an experimental film. This film concentrates on the ancient art, which is shadow puppetry, along with the projections, which is the new form of storytelling. So we have inculcated both of the forms, shadow puppetry and projection, to make this film a success, and we are working for the film, and we hope to be a we hope to be participants for various film festivals as well. So yeah, that's it. I was working with Arthat Studios Mumbai, and I'm an animation student from GLS Institute of Design, Nirali Vachajani. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Stuti Bansal from GLSID 2016 batch, graduating year 2020. So I would like to talk a little about my graduation film. My graduation film, Machli and Jambu Vriksh, is a story which tries to say something about relationship between dreams and reality. It is inspired from a writing by a Taoist, Zhuangzi. And apart from my graduation film, I have made three other films which were made during that same period. In between, when I just got a new idea, I felt like I should make a film, and so I made three such short films in very short time, maybe in few days. So I hope you guys enjoy my graduation film and also those three shorts. Yeah. See ya. Thanks.
Hello everyone, I am Gaurav Patel, graduating student of animation filmmaking in GLS Institute of Design. As a part of my graduation project, I decided to promote Gujarati culture and literature through the medium of animation. For that, I took inspiration from one of my favorite story from my textbook, which was written by Jayantilal Gohel, and it is Chakro. The story is about the love between Gilo and Chakro and how people help him to achieve his dreams and how Chakro helped him to change his entire lifestyle and people around him. The animation in this film done frame by frame digitally. For that, first I created rough animation, then I created refined animation, and then I put flat colors into it, and then I do light and shade, and then final shot with a good composition is created. In my film, hardest and time-taking thing to animate is pantomime shot. What is pantomime shot? Pantomime shot is generally the shot where the character changes his or her expressions into one to another. Here there is an old man who saw a good amount of money. So his sad expressions turn into happy and greedy one. For that, I created two highlights in his eyes to show greediness and happiness at the same time. So this is one of the hardest shots to animate in this film. It took me around 8 to 10 days just to animate. Then it took 1 or 2 days to refine animation and then put flat colors into it and then light and shadow, and with final background and composition the shot is created. Thank you.
Hi, this is Param, and I'm one of the graduating students from JLS Institute of Design. And today I'm going to be talking about my graduation project, which is an animated short film made using the style of Japanese animation or anime. So the film is called Resonance, and it's a story about a boy who is troubled by a constant state of beeping sound in his head, and how he eventually attempts to stop it by locating its source. You could also say that the film is about sound and how sound itself plays a character in the film by acting as an antagonist against the main character, that is our boy. And yeah, that's what the story is about. I won't say much because spoilers. So the deliverables of this project isn't going to be whole film itself, but the pre-production, which includes the storyboard, characters, and the screenplay and everything else, along with trailer that I made and the poster. So because what this will do is it will act as a pitch, and I'll be able to pitch it to various studios and production houses, and if I don't find a suitable one, then I'll finish it myself, which should take a year. But yeah, anyway, here's the trailer, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Hi, it's Riya Parya, and I'm a student in GLSID and part of 2016 batch. I was in animation department and I just finished my graduation degree, and I'd like to talk a little bit about my film. My film is an actual memory of mine and my brother, whom I lost few years ago. The film shows the mental state of the person, and the shots of the film are as shown as they were in my mind. The incident looked more poetic, so we decided to make it a poem. I wanted to show some visuals with minimum objects as it was empty in my mind. The poem portrays some of the incidents of the scene. The water lily in the film is also one of the memory that my brother used to put some purple water lilies on my room's window. And blooming flower is metaphor for my memories, coming back and fading away. So hope you enjoy it.
Hello everyone, my name is Nasha Rajguru. I am from GLS Institute of Design of Animation Batch 2016 to 20. So basically I am here to share my experience about the graduation project. So basically I would like to start upon the topic which I have actually chosen for the graduation project would be the cell phone addiction. So basically when you hear about this term, you actually feel we all know about it, but we don't really do much about the condition we are actually into, because we don't think it's more serious that we are actually that kind of in circle that the gadgets are controlling our lives, not we are controlling the gadgets, but it's vice versa. So that's the more topic because I really wanted to highlight it, and that was very relatable to me in my life, because I am kind of not addicted but addicted, but I really wanted to share my views and what I actually feel about it, and maybe some kind of measures would help your life also. So that was the solution I really wanted to provide. So first topic was you can actually shut down the notifications of your cell phones. Just because you don't have the notification on your cell phone, you won't have the urge to check your cell phone every now and then. So maybe that would help, or maybe using a grayscale, because when you don't find something attractive, it's like when you use slot machines. So when you use slot machine, it's very attractive, so you get attracted towards it. So that's why I really tried to make a movie which is kind of not that detailed, but you could understand the urgency of the it, and you don't feel very much serious about it, but you really need to start doing something about it. So that was my kind of motive behind using this kind of topic. So thank you so much. Again, I am Nasha Rajguru. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Swati Mangrulkar and I am a student of GLS Institute of Design. I have just completed my graduation jury in the Bachelor's of Design in the field of animation. Although I have made short films for my project in the course of 4 years in this institute, but my graduation film was a very unique experience for me as a filmmaker. I explored in the fields of sound and visual more to understand its relationship together as well as its potential to tell a story alone through individual narrative layers, and how sound and visual can stand alone play a role in a film. Just similar to how a painting is a static image which has different layers that combine and tell a story, similarly I explored it through the medium of animation. My film is basically a non-narrative style film which follows a stream of visuals and sound placed in such a way that follows a progression and timing, which in turn tells the story, which is very much of an individual interpretation of the film. So my process of the film started with a lot of research on what subject should I choose for the film. With lots of discussions with the guide and reading books and articles about philosophies, theories and ideologies of great philosophers, I came up with the concept of expressing philosophical ideas using poetry, sound and paintings. For exploring visual art styles, I looked into many paintings of different art styles, from Indian to Western. One of the painters that inspired me the most was the Belgian painter René Magritte. His paintings and ideologies were played a big part in my graduation project. For exploring sound, it was a complete new take, and my inspirations were John Cage, who was a mid-20th century composer, who was widely known for his experiments of music with context to paintings, to literature texts, composing dance and other art forms in his time. So it was a great experience getting to know him and his work. As Renee Margaret said, and I quote, "The mind loves the unknown. It loves the images whose meaning is unknown, since the meaning of the mind itself is unknown." My aim is to make people love these unknown images and create a narrative on their own. I hope that people acknowledge my effort to this new approach to my film. Thank you.
I'm Untitled Patel, and I was part of batch 2016 in GLSID, and we've just been through our graduation juries, and for my GP I made this film, The Beginning. This is a story about the beginning of the universe, where the two entities were born in the womb of nothingness. One is the creator and the other is the destroyer. When I started making this film, I had only single thought that I have to make something related to nature. And then one day I saw an illustration contest on Instagram whose topic was dream job. I was really fascinated by this topic and I thought about it like, what would be my dream job, like a world where anything is possible, like a magical world or something, and I can control the nature and all. So then over the time I came up with this idea and made these two characters, the destroyer and the creator, but not exactly what the word means. Like, I made the destroyer a kind and loving soul from the inside, which develops over the time, but his nature is just the opposite. And the destroyer wakes up after 1,000 years later than the creator. Until then, the creator could only create creatures, but she can't give them the life, because I thought if she did, then it would become like an immortal being without the destroyer or death. So, and their powers will become complete once they are together. That was my concept. Right now, this is only the establishment of the world, just only 1/3 of the complete story.